I kind of want to transition here a little bit. There's a lot of people who get into real estate investing. They start to they need partners, and they start to think about the most available partners, and a lot of time it's family members. So what advice would you have? You've been working with your mom now for a while, so for people who they want to partner up with a family member, how do you guys structure your business relationship, and how is it not awkward at Thanksgiving?
No, that's a great question. And I'm not sure if I have great advice on that. It's actually something that we've really enjoyed working together on. So I think it's something we enjoy doing together. It gives us an opportunity to talk almost every day. So I think it's in this particular, business family relationship, it's just one that's worked really well. My dad, for example, have a great relationship with my dad. He wants nothing to do with real estate. So I would never, we don't talk about real estate. So I guess it just depends on the family member, and both my mom and I like to talk about real estate, and I'll call her up on a Sunday and we'll just have a normal catch up, but then we'll also talk about anything interesting she's seen on the market. So it's very much a mixing of business and family. I think I'm not sure if that works for everybody. I think it might make sense to put rules in depending on the individual relationship, but
Yeah.
yeah. And it's, but I mean, building the team out is, yeah, Kirby, you're absolutely right. And I mean, that is the most important thing for a real estate investor. I was fortunate to have, a property manager, real estate agent, right? With my mom. But even still, that's been, the biggest thing that I've had to accomplish in the last, several years, and that I'm continuing to do moving forward is building out the rest of that team. And so, even, funny, I actually just started a new lending relationship that I'm really excited about. And I think something that I did when I first started investing that I think of a lot of investors do is I said, okay, great. I need, I have this purchase agreement. I guess I need to finance the thing. Let me go find the lowest rate and out there. And so I called a bunch of lenders and found the lowest rate out there. And I think I did that with the next property, but I was working with brokers that, didn't necessarily or having a hard time with the fact that I was remote, or didn't necessarily have the time or attention to devote to, because they were, had a huge deal volume. And so over time, finding a lender, for example, and I have two now that I really enjoy working with. And they're, they have competitive rates, but I could find a better rate out there. I could find better terms out there. But I like working with these lenders because I know they're responsive, and I know that we can get the deal done in time. And so that's just as an example on a lender of kind of that journey of starting from, hey, let me just find the best rate, to, hey, let me build a relationship with somebody that I can trust, is something that I've had to do over a few acquisitions for sure. And I think that same journey happens with other key members of your team. Kirby, I know that, working with a lot of rehabs, you've definitely had to do that multiple times with different, contractors are such an important part of what you do. I'm sure you have similar experiences there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's probably easier to work with your mom than a contractor. That's for sure. What you said first, though, resonates with me a lot. I would recommend to people, because I work with my dad in my business. We've worked together since I got out of the military, and he was retiring around the same time. And he's always had an interest in real estate, but he's had an interest in real estate. Your mom was in real estate. You said, your dad doesn't have an interest. So I wouldn't say, like, if you have a son or a daughter who, is getting to be an adult and they have no interest in real estate at all, it might not be a good idea to just try to force that. Or if you have a sibling that, you're like, oh, this would just be great if we could partner. They either have it or they don't in terms of interest. You can talk to them about it. You can maybe help guide or spark that interest a little bit. But a lot of times I've noticed, my wife really isn't interested in real estate, and so other people, they're married, and it's a great business partnership as well, but we just don't talk that much about real estate other than Airbnbs, because she likes the decorating side of that. So I think that's great advice.